Hey everyone, I'm NornQueenAlexis and welcome back to the channel and welcome. Why is my cam so far down? There we go. It didn't work. There we go. There we go. I don't want anyone... If I can breathe, let's start this by breathing. That's apparently extremely difficult. Okay, breathing is hard apparently, but today, we're taking a look at the brand new, and I just got this, a brand new Barky Bark Bark Woof Woof Codex, otherwise known as the Space Wolves. Space Wolves are really lame. I'm sorry, they just kind of are, and I'm going to take this off until somebody joins us. But they just kind of are until like they go back to the Nordic aesthetic of like 30k. But today I am cracking this open. You can actually see your reflection and also mine because it's the camera to here, which is weird. But we're going to be taking a look at this codex. This is literally my first time opening it. As you can see, it is sealed. So let's tear this thing open and do a review of it. I got this. Why can I not open anything? Like, why is it like an impossibility to open stuff for me? There we go. I got it. Well, it's 2 a.m. I hope this is worth the wait. Oh, I'm so sorry. All right. So, in order to play this codex, you actually need Codex Space Marines, which is a $60 purchase, plus this, which is a $30 purchase. So, it's going to be interesting, to say the least, about how much money you have to spend on this stuff. So I'm kind of a little bit weirded out by how much you have to spend to play this. But at the same time, I understand why they did that. It's because they wanted to give every option to everything without reprinting it constantly, so they can do an FAQ to one book instead of all of them. So, yeah. Yeah, let's hope for the best. All right. So cracking open the book. Space Wolves. I feel like you need to get extremely like feral when you read this. Like you need to be the animal. I don't know. There's lame blood angels. Anyway, akin to the dark wrath of the winter storm and the swift fury of cracking firebolt. A cracking firebolt is their temper. On wings of flame do they sweep from wide skies in chariots of adamant. Their laughter is roaring of the seas, their silence treads on the falling of snow, and their icy gaze the death of man. So will the wolves of Fenris stalk between the stars until the wolf time. I think that was supposed to be like a Nordic poem, but like a butchered version of it. So it's kind of weird. Alrighty, so let's dive into this book. So the cool thing about this book is it's smaller. It's about the size of the regular codex, but it also has a price tag of like $30 to $40, I think. So it's not bad. So there you go. So let's see, Sons of Russ, the Sagas of the Sky Warriors, the Deeds of Myth, the Great Companies, we have a whole bunch of them. Moving on from them. Curse of the Wolfen, it talks about the Wolfen. Wolf Spear, the Dark Terror. Ooh, nice. Alright. Are you left-handed? No, I'm ambidextrous, but I'm primarily right-handed. I fire a bow left-handed, which I always found weird. I fire a gun like this and a bow like this. So it makes sense of that one. Alright, so lore, more lore, okay. Lore, pictures, paintings, don't care. The rules. Here we go. So on page 41, the rules actually start. $40 is a mere $40. I am sorry about that. Yeah, 40K is expensive. I don't know what's going up with my makeup right now. It's so weird. I don't know. I'm sorry. I look like crap. My cover-up is just being dumb. Okay. Okay. And let's go ahead and just get out of this. There we go. All right. So they have the same rules that we saw with the Space Marine Codex. It goes down to their Battleforge rules, their army rules, their match play rules, the crusade rules, the data sheets, the war gear, points, and rules references. Which, by the way, the rules references isn't really that good. I found, because I was looking for a rule earlier the other day. Actually, earlier today I was just filming, and I could not for the life of me find it in the Codex. I had to actually Google it to find out where it was in the Codex, and it really, 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 really annoyed me. So that was an irritant. Alrighty, I'm trying to fix my makeup. So moving on. We have the successor chapters and their stuff. We have their detachment abilities, stratagems, warlord traits, sagas, chapter rules, psychic powers, chapter approved rules, crusade rules, and data sheets. Goes into combat patrol on page 43, which is whatever. Then it goes into detachment abilities, and we're finally actually getting into what the hell the rules actually are for the Space Wolves. Oh wow, do they really only have 2 pages of stratagems? I know they have all the stratagems in the main codex as well, so this is just added on, which is really, really, really good. So, first stratagem, go for the throat. Space Wolf Battle Tactic Stratagem. Use this stratagem in your command phase if an assault doctrine is active for your army. Until your next command phase, an attack with a pistol or melee weapon on an unmodified roll of a 6 improves the armor penetration characteristic by 1. This bonus is not cumulative with combat doctrine, and you can only use this stratagem once per battle. That's terrible. That's just bad. I don't know if that's any good. Like, is that good? So the next one is Cunning of the Wolf. Use this stratagem during deployment. Select one Space Wolf infantry unit from your army. All models in that unit gain the Outflank ability. See Codex Marines. So this means you can throw them into reserve and they can come in later, which is super useful. So I kind of like this. You could take a full Wolf Guard unit or a Blood Pack or a Thunderwolf Cavalry unit and do this with it. And, no wait, it's infantry, so it can't be Thunderwolf Cavalry, my bad. But it can actually be Wolfen, I believe. I think Wolfen are infantry. They're like old Flesh Terror chapter tactics. They really are. The Emperor's Executioners. This is one thing that I really love. I want them to go back towards like the Emperor's Executioners and things of that nature, where they are like these cold and Nordic instead of the whole furry aesthetic that they have. They're not Vikings, by the way. Space Wolves are not Vikings. Chaos Space Marines are more akin to Vikings for what they did. But yeah, if you look up the term to Viking, which is the correct way of saying Vikings, just look it up and you'll see what Vikings actually did, and it was terrible. They were essentially pirates. So use this stratagem in the fight phase when a Space Wolf unit from your army is selected to fight. Until the end of that phase, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack against a 1,000 Sun unit, you can reroll the hit rolls and you can reroll the wound roll. Yeah. That's it. That's terrible. I mean, it's 1 CP, and if you're going up against 1,000 Suns, that's kind of useful. So Savage Strike is the next one. 1 command point to / 2 command points. Use the stratagem in your fight phase when a Space Wolf unit from your army is selected to fight. With that, if that unit made a charge move this turn, then until the fight is resolved, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, add 1 to the attack's wound roll. If a unit has 5 or fewer models, this stratagem costs 1 more. Otherwise, if not, it costs 2. So if you have a unit of 6, it costs 2. If you have a unit of 5 or below, it costs 1. So yeah. Healing bombs. It's like lip balm, but healing. Use the stratagem in your movement phase. Select one Space Wolf infantry, Space Wolf biker, Space Wolf cavalry model in your army within 3 inches of a friendly Space Wolf priest to be healed. That model regains D3 lost wounds. Each model can only be healed once per turn. That's kind of cool, I guess, because you can heal and then heal another unit. So it's always good to get that. Are Space Wolves more just Norse and Vikings? They're like the comedic version or the Americanized version of Vikings, like the Hollywood version of Vikings, than they are of the actual Norse mythology. This is like in Iceland, when I visited there, I talked to multiple people there, including my fiance, and they all just laugh at Space Wolves. Like, to them, it's a joke. There are a few Space Wolf players there, of course, but they think of it as a joke. Well, a good few of them do. Let's make that clear. Pack Hunters, 2 command points. Space Wolf Battle Tactic Stratagem. Use the stratagem in your charge phase. Select one enemy unit engaged within engagement range of a Space Wolf unit from your army. Until the end of the turn, each time a friendly Space Wolf beast or Space Wolf cavalry unit declares a charge, that targets the selected unit. Roll an additional d6 and discard one of the dice. So in this case, you make a charge move, you roll 3d6, you discard the lowest one because you're going to pick the highest ones to get into combat, which is extremely good. And then it has another ability until the end of the turn. Or do you have to select one of these? Select one unit within engagement range. Okay. Until the end of the turn, each time a friendly Space Wolf cavalry model makes an attack, attack with its crushing teeth and claws against a selected unit, and each time a friendly Space Wolf beast model makes an attack with its teeth and claws against the selected unit, you can reroll the wound roll. So this is really good for just your Thunderwolf cavalry just crashing through entire enemy, just hordes of infantry, just to try to kill it as quick as possible and move on. Let's see. Sorry, I'm reading chat as it goes. Is another thing that annoys, since originally Wolf Priest just had that ability for free. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. So, Relentless Assault, which is 1 CP. Use the stratagem in the fight phase. When a Space Wolf unit from your army consolidates, each model in that unit can move up to move an additional 3 inches for that consolidation move. This is not cumulative with any other rules that increase the distance models can pile in or consolidate. So this makes it so that they can just go for 6 inches, which is super useful. But they do have to go towards the closest enemy unit still. They're still restricted by those rules. But it's still really good for one command point. Just move closer to your opponent. Super useful. Always useful. The bigliest of useful. Then we have the Space Wolf Epic Deed Stratagems. Cloaked by the Storm. Use the stratagem in your Psychic phase. After resolving the effects of a psychic power from the Tempest Discipline, manifested by a Space Wolf Psyker. I like that they just flat out call them Psykers now. Model from your army. Until the start of your Psychic phase, each time a ranged attack is made against a friendly Space Wolf unit within 6 inches of the Psyker, subtract 1 from the hit roll. So this does stack with the -1 to hit, but you only ever get a -1. So if your opponent has a +1 and now you have a -2 to hit, it's still a -1 to hit. There you go. Boom. Solve that. Still waiting for Black Templar love. Good luck. Black Templar are terrible. They're just the unloved child of, like, Blood Angels. Is it me or is the stream being laggy? Oh, it is. Let's see. Let's try to X out a few things. And yeah, the stream is being laggy. I do apologize for that. Xing out everything to try to make my computer go faster. It might just be, Steam might be downloading something, so let me just fix that real quick. Okay, and, yeah, that should do it. Hopefully. I hope. Okay. Put this back up. Boop. There we go. All right. Also, my stream keeps telling me that it's dropping frames. And that's getting really, really, really annoying. Okay. So I do apologize about the stream. It's being very weird here. All right, so the next stratagem is an epic deed stratagem. It's 2 command points. It's deeds worthy of a saga. Oh god, that's sad. Use this stratagem in any phase when a Space Wolf character model, excluding a vehicle model, from your army that does not have a warlord trait meets the requirements for a deed. At the end of that phase, until the end of the battle, that model gains the saga abilities associated with that deed. Okay, so I'm guessing deeds are just something that you have to accomplish during the game itself, and therefore you can gain another thing? A trophy bestowed. Use this stratagem after nominating a model drawn from your Space Wolf successor chapter to be your warlord. You can give 1 relic of the Fang to a character model from your army that is drawn from a Space Wolf successor chapter instead of giving them a special issue war gear relic, okay, or a chapter relic from Codex Space Marines. If you do, replace the Space Wolf keyword in all instances of that relic, if any, with the model's successor chapter keyword. You can only use the stratagem once. I don't know why they just wouldn't let you have the trait and everything. That's weird. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't know how I feel about that. Thane of the Retinue. Use the stratagem before the battle when you muster your army. I always hate the term muster your army. It sounds so silly. If your warlord has a Space Wolf keyword, select 1 Space Wolf model from your army that has the word sergeant or pack leader in its profile. That model can have one of the following special issue war gear relics, see page 51, even though they are not a character model. Mastercrafted weapon, digital weapons, frost weapon, Munkai's teeth or Mordekai's teeth bolts. Each relic in your army must be unique, and you cannot use this stratagem to give 2 relics to 1 model. You can only use the stratagem once. Why would you give that to, like, a normal dude? That's the weird thing that I'm finding about this. It's just like, you're sitting there just giving your model, like, a souped up weapon, but he's just a sergeant, so he's going to be just as easy to kill as a sergeant. So is that really, really, really good? Warrior of Legends, 1 command point. Use the stratagem after nominating a Space Wolf character model in your army that is not a named character to be your warlord. You can generate 1 additional warlord trait for them. This must be from the Space Wolf warlord trait table, see page 48. Each warlord trait in your army must be unique. If randomly generated, reroll duplicate results. And that model has the access to each saga, see page 49, associated with your warlord trait. You can only use this stratagem once. It seems like Space Wolves are a lot of bookkeeping. Like, a lot of bookkeeping. Then we move on to Bestial Nature, which is a Space Wolf strategic play stratagem. 1 command point. Use the stratagem in your command phase if a combat doctrine is active for your army. Select 1 Space Wolf infantry, Space Wolf cavalry, or Space Wolf biker unit from your army until the start of your next command phase. That unit gains bonuses for assault doctrine instead of the active combat doctrine. That's going to be extremely useful on your Space Wolf cavalry just charging in turn 1. Or you're going to use this turn 2 to keep it going, and then turn 3 you'll have it, and then turn 4 you'll probably burn 1 to keep it. So yeah, Bestial Nature is really good. Then we have Countercharge. which Space Wolves are really good at, by the way. Space Wolves are definitely like a counter-assault army. They're not a mainstay, I'm going to get into battle turn 1 and assault you army like a Blood Angel army. They're more of, I'm going to get there with some units turn 1 and then countercharge you on your turn type army, which I really like. Countercharge. Use a stratagem if your opponent's in your opponent's charge phase. Select one Space Wolf unit from your army until the end of the phase. That unit is eligible to perform a heroic intervention if it is within 6 inches horizontal of an enemy unit, and when performing... Wait, what? They only go up? What? And when performing the heroic intervention with a unit, you can move each model in that unit up to 6 inches. All other rules of heroic intervention still apply. Use the stratagem. Okay, so you can jump up 6 inches. I don't know how I like this. Use the stratagem in your opponent's charge phase. Select one Space Wolf unit from your army. Until the end of that phase, that unit is eligible to perform a heroic intervention if it is within 6 inches horizontally of an enemy. Oh, horizontal. Wow, I'm stupid. Don't mind me. I thought vertical for some reason. Wow, I am dumb. And it can move up to 6 inches. Okay. So it can't do it if they're directly above. All right, I am dumb and I am sorry. That was my mistake. But yeah, this is exactly what I'm saying when it comes to Space Wolves. They're definitely a countercharge army. You want to use this on a big giant wolf unit, or a Bloodclaw unit, or any type of souped up unit for close combat. Even a Terminator unit in Space Wolves is actually pretty good right now. Yeah. They can also take Shield and Bolter, I found out. But I'm going to check in here just in case. Keen Senses, 1 command point. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase. Select one Space Wolf Infantry, Space Wolf Biker, or Space Wolf Cavalry unit from your army. Until the end of the turn, it can ignore any and all hit rolls, ballistic skill, and weapon skill modifiers. And each time you make a charge roll for that unit, you can ignore any and all modifiers to that charge roll. So that's really good with charging over terrain, where you would get minus for it for moving like through certain pieces of terrain. That give you -2. You just blow right through it. So that could be extremely useful. Runic Wards. Ooh, actually, you can use that when you're assaulting something with the grav abilities that push you away by 2 inches. Just like, nope, charging in. Use the stratagem in your opponent's psychic phase after a psychic test is passed for your enemy psyker. Select one Space Wolf unit from your army within 12 inches of that psychic unit. That unit selected can attempt to deny the witch by taking a deny the witch test as though it were a psyker. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, and then we are done with stratagems. So the stratagems are... The stratagems are pretty decent. They're not great, but there are some that stick out. Like, I think my favorite is the countercharge, because the countercharge and pack hunters are probably the best in my opinion, and the relentless assault is probably the best. But they have nothing to double attack, which is weird. How big is you only can your army be in 40k tabletop? I'm going to assume you're not speaking English, or English is your second language, and assume that you're asking like how big your army can be. How big can your army be in 40k? It's as big as you and your opponent agree to play. Typically, you play at 500 to 1,000 to 1,500 to 2,000 point games. Everybody leave a like. I agree with that statement. Everybody here leave a like. So we got the Warlord traits. There are 6 of them. And there are a bunch of named characters that have their own Warlord traits that are unique to them. We're not going to get into that. Okay. The first one is Beast Slayer. With this, while this Warlord trait, a Warlord is within engagement range of an enemy monster or vehicle unit, add 1 to the attack characteristics. Each time this warlord makes an attack against a monster or vehicle unit, add 1 to the that attack roll and wound roll. That can actually be pretty useful if you're going up against a very select few armies, but if you're going up against like Sisters or Space Marines, it's pretty much useless. Wolfkin. For all purposes of shock assault ability, this warlord is treated as having made a charge move and makes D3 additional attacks instead of 1 as a result of this ability. Holy crap. That's pretty good. That's at least this good. Just saying. Alright, so the third one is Wolfborn. At the start of your fight phase, when this warlord is in engagement range of an enemy unit, it can fight first that phase. Alright, so that's pretty good. It can disrupt Slanesh, which is always good. Anything that disrupts Slanesh is super good. Hunter, number 4. Add 1 to the advance and charge roll made for this warlord. This warlord is eligible, is enabled to charge in a turn in which it advanced or fell back. That's pretty good. These are all just assault-based warlord traits. It's weird that none of these actually help your army, though. So your warlord is very greedy in Space Wolves. Aura of Majesty. Add 3 inches to the range of the warlord's right to battle, tactical precision, chapter master, spiritual liege abilities to a maximum of 9. Add 3 inches to the army's litany recited by this warlord to a maximum of 9 inches. So finally, something that actually supports the army. Personally, I would take it on the litanies over the other thing. To a max of 9 inches is super useful. I would definitely make a chaplain the leader of my army, or wolf priest, or whatever they're called. I'm gonna drink whenever you say wolf. Oh, I'm so sorry. Resolve of the bear. Pretty sure you have to say bear like that. Okay, got my boomer juice. Let's go. Each time this warlord would lose a wound, roll a d6. On a 6, that wound is not lost. Each time an attack is made against this warlord from an enemy, against this warlord, your opponent cannot reroll the wound roll and cannot reroll the cannot reroll the damage roll. That's pretty decent, but not great. You would think that there would be a warlord trait or something that would allow them to only be wounded on 4 up, which is something that I expect from Space Wolves. Allow your warlord to charge like 8 inches or 9 inches. Something that allows them to get into combat extremely fast. But as of right now, yeah. And then we have sagas. Each character model, excluding vehicle models, which is a shame. Bjorn the Fell-Handed can't get a saga. That's a shame. That is a Space Wolf warlord that has a Space Wolf warlord trait. Can attempt to complete a deed during the battle. Okay. I'm just going to skip the rest of it. It has to be a character, obviously. In addition, the deeds worthy of saga stratagem on page 47 can be used when a Space Wolf character model or a character model from one of its successor chapters accomplishes one of the deeds, in order to gain the associated saga ability for the rest of the battle, even if that model in question does not have the Space Wolf warlord trait. The deed and sagas associated with each of the warlord traits are as followed. So, Beast Slayer, number 1. The deed of the Beast Slayer. An enemy monster or vehicle unit is destroyed as a result of an attack made by this model. Okay, and then the aura ability afterwards that you gain. While a friendly Space Wolf core unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack against a monster or vehicle, add 1 to the attacker's wound roll. That's pretty decent. They become Blood Angels for a little bit. Yeah. Hello, Queen. Hello. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Saga of the... Wolfkin, which is number 2. Deed of the Wolfkin. An enemy model is destroyed as a result of an attack... as a result of a melee attack made by this model. Well, that's simple. An enemy model is destroyed. Shoot, you just kill off a Tac Marine. While a friendly Space Wolf core unit is within 6 inches of this model, that unit is always treated as having made a charge move for the purposes of shock assault. Why would you not take that? That's amazing. Wolfborn, which is number 3, the deed of the warrior born. An enemy character model is destroyed as a result of a melee attack against made by this model. So then it gets this aura ability. At the start of your fight phase, each friendly Space Wolf core unit within 6 inches of this model and within engagement range of an enemy fights first that phase. So it essentially turns their warlord traits into an aura ability, which honestly makes it really good. So let's continue. The Hunter, number 4. Successfully charge an enemy unit with this model. These are mad easy. While a friendly Space Wolf core unit is within 6 inches of this model, that unit is eligible to declare a charge in the turn in which they advance. That's amazing. While a friendly Space Wolf core unit with the Swift Hunter abilities within 6 inches of this model, that unit is eligible to declare a charge in the turn in which they fell back. Okay, that's pretty decent. These are actually all pretty good. Like, there's not a bad one yet. Then we have the Aura of Majesty, which is at the start of your command phase. This model is within range of any objective marker that is more than 6 inches away from your deployment zone. Again, super easy. Saga of Majesty. While a friendly Space Wolf core unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time a morale test is taken, it's automatically passed. That one's pretty much useless. It's weird that the one that has the best ability to start with has the worst Saga. I think that's kind of funny. Going to be bruisers in some tournaments. It looks like they're going to be a solid counter-assault army and an answer to Space Marines. Resolve of the Burr. Model loses any wounds. That's simple. Its aura ability is while a friendly Space Wolf unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time it loses, it gets Feel No Pain 6 out. So I think the one that's the best is probably Wolfkin, because it just adds more attacks, and that's just better. Or the one that's just you fight first. I like fighting first. Or Aura of Majesty. Like, if you're gonna use Aura of Majesty, just bring somebody who has a litany. Alright. They don't have too many relics, and we're almost through. Oh wow, there's so much in here. That's all their unique stuff. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna take a drink first. I'm also going to take this moment to just say that if you guys want to support this channel, you could use the super chat feature. It goes a long way to helping out the channel. And I have a birthday coming up in 4 days. If you want to get me anything super special, you can go into my Discord and go to the wish list and check it out. So it's a, you know? So if you want to support the channel, super chat, you can also check out my Patreon. Anyway, getting on to the relics. The Armor of Rust. That doesn't sound really that good. Alright. The bearer has a save characteristic of a 2+ and an invulnerable save of a 4+. That's pretty fantastic. At the start of the fight phase, you can select one enemy unit within engagement range of the bearer. That unit is the unit is not eligible to fight with this phase until all eligible units from your army have done so. Okay. So you just select somebody and go, no, you attack last. That is super useful if you're going up against like a Tyranid unit or another melee monster. You just select somebody and just be like, you go last. You select the Keeper of Secrets and be like, no. You wait your turn. So I'm really liking Armor of Rust. I really like it with the Wolfkin ability. That just seems really solid to me. Because the Armor of Rust, you can just select something and be like, you're attacking last. There we go. Alright. The Wolf Zone. The bearer has the following abilities. Bestial Charge Aura. While a friendly Space Wolf core unit is within 6 inches of this unit of the bearer, you can reroll charges rolls made for that unit. Super useful. Once per battle, I never like these abilities. At the start of your fight phase, the bearer can invoke the Spirit of the Wolfen. Wow, that is cringy. If it does, select one friendly Space Wolf unit within 6 inches of the bearer. It can bearer that has the Savage Fury special ability, page 45. Until the end of that phase, each time a model in that unit makes an attack and the additional hit is scored as a result of the Savage Fury ability is achieved on a unmodified hit roll of a 5+ for that attack. That is so much to just read through. Wow, that was annoying. Okay. Alright, let's see what chat is saying. This is going to be a fantastic for Ork since he has that ability that allows him to cast... oh, yeah, he's going to be amazing. So, what's your opinion? Will they be good against a mob army of Orks and Tyranids? Depending on the amount of tax, yes. And how you use your stratagems. I'm really glad they brought back the Armor of Ross. Yeah, it's super useful. Oh, I was wondering what was going to happen. This was going to happen. Wolf steak for barbecue sauce. Alright, so let's move on. We have Fireheart. Model equipped with a plasma pistol only. Useless garbage, don't take it. Alright, next one is Black Death. Model equipped with a mass-crafted power axe or power axe only. Replaces it. I never take these because they always seem like hard garbage. Usually their standard weapons are better, and the abilities, like, why would you take this over Armor of Rust? Even if you can take an additional relic, don't bother with these. I guess you can put this on a sergeant and be like, yeah, I wasted points buying a plasma pistol, or I wasted points buying a power axe. Each time the bearer fights, it makes d6 additional attacks. Now that's actually pretty good. I'll give it that. The Black Death is, 1, hilarious because of what it's named after. 2, it gives plus d6 attacks. So that's actually really good. You can actually have a guy with like 12 attacks. That's fantastic. So forgive me on that one. That one's good. And that is Black Death. Mountain Breaker Helm. I don't get how a helm is a mountain breaker, but sure. After making close combat attacks with the bearer, before they consolidate, you can select one enemy unit within 1 inch of the bearer. Roll d6 on a 2+. That unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. That's okay. Just select one unit and maybe deal a couple of mortal wounds. I feel like that's not worthy of a relic. So far, what I'm thinking is taking the Armor of Ross on top of the Wolfkin ability and just going from there. Or taking the Black Death and making myself a Smash Captain using a... Can a Wolf Lord take a Thunderwolf Cavalry anymore? We're going to check. The Storm's Eye. Library model only. Once per turn in your psychic phase, after resolving the effects of a psychic power from the Tempest Discipline that was successfully manifested by the bearer, roll a d6 for each enemy unit that is within 12 inches of the bearer. On a 4+, that enemy unit suffers 1 mortal wound. That's pretty good if you deep strike them right in the middle of your opponent's army and just blast everything around you. The Pelt of the Beowulf. Okay. Each time a melee attack is made against the bearer, subtract 1 from the hit and wound roll. The fact that it's the wound roll is amazing. Especially because you can stack this with, if you're using a Primaris Gravis Captain or any type of Primaris character, you can stack this on top of Transhuman Physiology. So now it's 1, 2, 3s, 4s, and 5s that don't wound your leader. So that's super useful. Then we have the Special Issue War Gear, which is... Wait, what's the difference between Special Issue War Gear and Relics? Oh, I think the Relics only go to the main chapter, and a Special Issue War Gear can go to main chapter and the successor chapters, if I read that correctly. Adamantine Mantle. Each time the bearer would lose a wound, roll a d6 on a 5+. It's a 5+, feel no pain. Artificer Armor. The bearers can save characteristic of 2 and has a 5+ invulnerable save. Pretty decent. Mastercrafted Weapon. It just gives it an additional damage. Digi-weapons. Each time the bearer fights, it can make one additional attack using this close combat weapon. It's pretty decent. It's actually not that great. Teeth Bolts is pretty much garbage. Wolftail Talisman. In the psychic phase, each time a model in the bearer's unit would lose a wound as a result of a mortal wound, roll a d6 on a 4+. It does not wound that rule. Does not lose that wound. I can speak, I promise. Okay. Frost Weapons. When you give a model this relic, select one of the following weapons that is equipped with. Lightning Claws, Mastercrafted Power Axe, Mastercrafted Power Sword, Power Axe, Power Sword. Add 1 to the strength and damage characteristic of that weapon. I mean, that's pretty good, especially if you're building like a cheap character. It can't be equipped to a chapter relic. Is considered to be a chapter relic. Ooh, interesting. Runic Weapons, a librarian only. Add 1 to deny the witch test taken by the bearer, which is pretty good. When you give a model this relic, select one of the following weapons that is equipped with. The Force Axe, Force Stave, Force Sword. Add 1 to the strength characteristic of that weapon. That model is considered to be a chapter relic. Neat. Alrighty. The special issue war gear kind of seems like crap. I'm not gonna lie, it just seems like garbage. So let's take a look at what all of this is saying. The pelt was a relic from the Champions of Fenris supplement. I actually knew that. I didn't think Space Wolves had successor chapters. They actually always have. It's just the one that they had there was actually like 3 or 4, because there's the Iron Wolves, the Traders, and then there's like one other. I found them in a book and I posted them in my Discord a while ago. It was like 6 different chapters that were successors of them. They just all tended to die. But now with Call, they're all stable. So they can actually have successor chapters without having a problem. So yeah, Call, the answer to everything. When in doubt, better call Call. Yeah, you have to buy the supplement books. Yeah, you do, but it's kind of cool that they all come with this code right at the back, and you can put them into your app and get the entire codex on your phone. So the Wolf Spear Primaris Successor Chapter, yeah, that's one too. The Shadow Wolves are one of them. And the Shadow Wolves are actually the Chaos one, which I actually built. I painted up an entire army of them to as a commission for somebody. Then we have the Psychic Disciplines. I'm not going to get into them. I'm going to try to skip a little bit just to try to get through all of this. So I do apologize about skipping some of the rules. I'm skipping the Crusade rules because I will be honest, I don't really play Crusade just yet. They have a name generator. Do I want to use the name generator? I definitely do. All right, chat. Pick a number between. Actually, just pick. Okay, because it's a D66, and I hate how GW does this. All right. Yeah, just pick a number between 11 and 66. Go. I will wait. I am curious what number you pick. All right, we got 22. All right, so far it's left, and then another number. Wait, it's 22 again? Okay. Left Icefang is our name. All right, what's 51? Jaw, and 65 is Frostclaw. These are so cringy. I love these. All right, let's see. 24 and 25. So 24 is Torvald, and then 25 is Wormslayer. And then we got 33, which is Chrome or Crumb. And then 11 is Bloodtooth. Crumb, Bloodtooth. All right. Let's move on from there. Berserk Charge. So these are their special abilities. We have Berserk Charge, Headstrong, and Swift Hunters. So Berserk Charge, if a unit contains either Hunters, Unleash Chapter Tactics... Oh wait, this is... okay, yeah. Has the Chapter Tactics or has the Inheritor of the Primarch Successor Tactic and is using the Chapter Tactic for Space Wolf, then each time it fights, if it made a charge roll that turn, it resolves... it adds 1 to the attack characteristic. So that's pretty good. Space Wolves add 1 to attack characteristics. Or if they're a Successor Chapter, they do. Headstrong, if that unit does... if this unit does not contain Wolfguard models, then each time the unit declares a charge, you must select the closest eligible enemy unit for that charge target. Okay? And then Swift Hunter. This unit is eligible to declare a charge even if it is assaulted in its turn. In addition, each time that unit makes a pile-in move or consolidation move, it can move up to an additional inch. Alright. So we got Logan Grimnar and Logan Grimnar. One is him on foot, one is him on sled. They kept the sled for some reason. I don't ask why they kept the sled. It's so stupid. It's literally... Like, I've seen somebody make one of these out of him in a land speeder. And it was super cool because he was riding with a pack of wolves under his land speeder. And it was super nice. And there is a way of doing it to make this guy look really cool. But Logan Grimnar, movement 5 because he's in Terminator armor. Weapon skill, ballistic skill 2+, strength, toughness 4, wounds 7, attacks 5, leadership 9, 2+ save. Nothing about him really changed since the FAQ came out, so yeah. You should also get your own VTuber avatar. Sister Battle. What the hell is VTuber? I have no idea what that is. Then you have Nya Stormcaller. He hasn't changed at all since the FAQ, so I'm not really going to go into detail too much about him. To be honest, I don't see the named characters as all that worth it, except for, yeah, Ork the Slayer. Ork the Slayer is without a doubt my favorite one of these guys. 1, he's adorable. 2, he looks really good. And 3, his model is actually fantastic. Okay? Anime avatar instead of camera. Why would I do that? I'm not ugly. Anyway, I'm just kidding, by the way. I'm just kidding. Somebody's gonna be so offended by that. Ragnar Blackmane is a beast on tabletop. Yeah. Yeah, Ragnar is quite literally a monster. I have to sneeze. Excuse me. A motion-tracked anime avatar. Why would I want that? That's so weird. That's actually kind of creepy. Ork the Slayer. So, movement 6, weapon and ballistic skill 2+, strength, toughness 4, wounds 5, attacks 4, leadership 9, 3+ save. He's got a plasma pistol for some reason. He's got the Crozius Arcanum, which is strength +2, so strength 6, AP -2, 2 damage. It's a good marine killer. And he has the Wolf Helm of Russ for his aura ability, which is really good. Well, a friendly Space Wolf core unit is within 9 inches of this model. They may use his leadership instead of their own. But it's weird that he's leadership 9. I will never understand that. Slayer's Oath. If an enemy character or monster model is destroyed by an attack made by this model, then until the end of the battle, do not roll to see if any litanies recited by this model are inspiring. They automatically inspire. Holy crap, if this dude just flat out kills a weakened monster or a weakened character just by slapping him once, then yeah, that would be dirty. And he has a 4-up invo save. He knows the Litany of Hate and 2 other litanies, so really good. He also recites litanies on a 3+. Roll d6 on 3+, that lightning is recited. And I think he can cast twice. In your command phase and see blah, blah, blah. He can recite 2, yeah. So he's actually really good. Ragnar Blackmane is a monster that can just dive through everything. Herald Deathwolf is kind of okay, not great. Canis Wolfboard is okay. Wolfguard Battle Leaders are alright. I would never take them. Ooh, they have Wolf Lords and Thunderwolves now. I think they always had these, but I thought that they got Legend. But a Wolf Lord and Thunderwolf is exactly what I would take as my leader, because if I'm going to have Bargety Bark Wolf Wolves in my army, you damn well know that I'm going to have the biggest Bargety Bark Wolf Wolves in my army, without a doubt. So, the Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf is a 10-inch movement, so he's slower than a bike. Weapon skill, ballistic skill 2+, 4 strength, 5 toughness, wound 7, 4 attacks, leadership 9, 3+ save. So, right off the bat, I know exactly what I would give him, which is the Wolfkin Warlord trait. And I would give him the Black Death, which is the Power Axe. So he can gain even more attacks. So he gains D3 plus 6 attacks. I think he's going to gain D6 additional attacks plus D3 additional attacks. So at most he's at 13 attacks, just base. Like at most, not base. At the max he's at 13 attacks. So he's going to tear through infantry like they're nothing. He's going to have strength 6. But let's see. He does have options, right? This model's Astartes Chainsword can be replaced with one of the following. One item for the melee weapon list, or 1 Storm Shield. So my guy would be rocking a Storm Shield and the Black Death Power Axe. So this way he has a 2-up armor save, a 4-up invulnerable save, as well as having a total of 13 attacks. So yeah, he's going to be a monster. That's exactly how I would run him. He gets a D3, he's going to kill something. Everybody near him is going to count as shock assault at all times. Yeah, this guy's going to be a monster and a half. How many in chat are suffering from... Ooh, yeah, no, I feel that. Oh, geez, yeah. Then we have the Wolfguard Battle Leader, who's another troop choice on Thunderwolf. Oh, that's another, not troop choice, another HQ choice. I don't know why I would take that over a Wolf Lord. Yeah, I think I would take that over... I wouldn't take that over a Wolf Lord. Wolf Lords just seem better. Tactical precision. Oh, it's a lieutenant. So yeah, I would take a Wolfguard Battle Leader. So I get a lieutenant and a and that dude. Yeah. So then for troops, we have the Blood Claws, which I really did not think we're gonna get 2 wounds. I am sorry about my throat. It's just I have really bad sinus problems. So my throat is always filled with garbage. No, I don't have any actual like sickness. I just have really bad nose. So Blood Claws are pretty much an auto include. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't take Blood Claws. They're fantastic. Like they're legit like the best troop choice in the game. Actually the best Space Marine troop choice, I believe. So 2 wounds, 1 attack, and then everybody else gets 2 attacks. So I think technically Assault Intercessors are better than them. Let's see. Holy cow, this unit can contain 14 Blood Claws. Just imagine 15 of these things outflanking. But at the same time, 10 Assault Intercessors. Assault Intercessors just seem a little bit better to me. They might be more expensive, though. Blood Claws got 2 wounds? Yes, they did. Friend with 100+. Raven Guard, Scouts, 10th Company. Yeah, Raven Guard kind of... Well, Scouts kind of suck. I feel bad for them. I don't get the point of taking Blood Claws over... I guess Assault Intercessors are... Let me check. big old rule book. Okay. Try to hold this on my lap. Scouts are elites. That's stupid. I always hate that they're elites now. Alright, troops. Where are Assault Intercessors? Assault Intercessors, 5 power level, so they're actually cheaper. What? They have 2 base attacks with Astartes chainswords. What? Okay, just drop that on my floor. Yeah, Blood Claws are interesting. You can add Wolfguard pack leaders and Terminators to them, but Assault Intercessors just have more attacks and are cheaper. I guess they go to a unit of 10, but I'm not sure how I feel about that. Are tactical squads still okay? Yeah, they're okay. They're not great. So then we have the Grey Hunters. They're pretty much your tactical marines. They can take a storm shield on the sergeant, which is kind of, or the Wolf Guard leaders in the squads can take them, which is kind of neat. They could take the standard, which can make them re-roll any dice roll of 1 for their charge, which is pretty decent. I'm not seeing a reason to take them. Okay, I must be missing something. Are they really just bad? And these guys can take all sorts of weapons, though. These guys are just tactical marines. Yeah, they're just tactical marines. So what the hell is the point of... Okay, I must be missing something. There must be a reason that Blood Claws are better than Assault Intercessors. But as I can see it right now, Assault Intercessors just do more damage. Do Blood Claws infiltrate? Maybe that's it? Well, they have Berserk Charge and Headstrong, so that's really good. Okay. So they go on page 61. I gotta remember what those do real quick. So, doesn't that count Wolfguard? So they must charge the closest thing unless there's a Wolfguard battle leader in there. This unit can declare a charge even if it advanced that turn. Okay, so that's pretty good. But is that worth just... I can't tell if that's good. I really can't tell if that's good. Like, I'm stuck here thinking, like, one gets all of these abilities, but they need to put a Wolfguard battle leader in there. And the Wolfguard battle leader is more points added into that squad. They can go up to 15. Okay. I don't know how to think about that. I think Assault Intercessors are better than Blood Claws, to be honest. They're cheaper. Like, that's the biggest thing, is they're just flat out cheaper by power level. So I don't know their actual points, just saying. They might be more points. So then we have the Wolfguard. They're the first elite choice, and these guys could be Terminators, I believe. Is there just Wolfguard Terminators? Yeah, they're just Wolfguard Terminators. I remember my Wolfguard. I actually built them with Storm Shield Lightning, Frost Claws back in the day, and I really liked them like that. I thought they were really fantastic. They did as much damage as I needed them to, and they're just a pretty solid assault choice. So 2 attacks each, and the Wolfguard pack leader has 3 attacks. They have Astartes chainswords to start with. Oh wow, they actually don't. They are equipped with a bolt pistol, bolt gun, frag, crack grenade. Okay, so they can take jump packs, which is kind of cool. That actually makes them pretty decent. They're Vanguard veterans, I think. Any number of models can have their bolt gun replaced with one of the following: a plasma pistol, 1 weapon from the melee weapon list, 1 weapon from the combi weapon list, 1 storm shield to a maximum of 1 per model. You can't run around with 2 storm shields, sadly. Any number of models can have their pistols replaced with one of the following: a plasma pistol, a weapon from the melee weapon list. So you could technically take a chainsword power axe combo and be pretty decent, and take one with the storm shield, which could be pretty cool because you can have multiple attacks. You can essentially treat these as Khorne Berserkers and give them jump packs, which makes them better than Khorne Berserkers, because Khorne Berserkers are sad for a close combat unit right now. They just cannot compete with anything. They deal a lot of damage though, but they're just not as good as other close combat units, except they have the ability to attack twice, which makes them good. Wolves have a good set of ways to control the flow of battle. From what I'm seeing is they go up to the middle of the field and then just assault everything. All the models in this unit can be equipped with jump packs. Okay. So Wolfguard with jump packs seems like the way to go. If I were to play Wolfguard, I'd run a squad of 10, all jump packs, because they can have a squad of 10. The pack leader would have Thunderhammer Storm Shield. Actually, he wouldn't. He'd have Thunderhammer Chainsword. Astartes Chainsword. And then I'd give every single person in the unit a chainsword and another close combat weapon. So this way they can max out their number of attacks with everything, and keep them close to my Wolf Lord, so that they get to reroll hit rolls, because I believe they're core units. Yes, they are. Oh my god, watch these guys not be core. I would laugh so hard if they weren't. Okay. Nope, all of them are core. Okay. Okay, yeah, they are. I had to double check. I'd put 2 Storm Shields in the squad. That I would definitely do. Like, there'd be Storm Shield Chainsword on 2 of them with jump packs, and then the rest of them would have Chainswords and their close combat, probably Power Swords because they're dirt cheap, and they're really good. I'll do a combo of Wolfguard, Power Armor, and Wolfguard Terminators. I'm going to take a look at the Terminators. So they're toughness 4, so I really don't like them. Let's see. Any number of models can each have a Power Fist or Power Sword replaced with one of the following: a Chainsword, Lightning Claw, Power Axe, Power Fist, Power Maul, Thunderhammer, Storm Shield. Any number of models can have their Storm Shield replaced with any of the following: a Chain Fist, a Lightning Claw, Power Axe, Power Fist, Power Maul, Power Sword, Thunderhammer, one weapon from the combi weapon list, which is probably how I would run mine. If I were to run Wolfguard Terminators, every single one of them would have a combi Melta. Or, yeah, I think we would do combi Meltas on all of them. 2 of them would have Storm Shields, so combi Melta Storm Shield. And then the rest would have, they can't take Chain Swords, so it would probably be Power Sword or Power Axe. What would it be? Yeah, Power Axe and then combi weapon. That's how I would do it. They have a movement of 5, and they would deep strike and just bomb something turn 1. Not turn 1, turn 2. They would drop in and just erase a tank, just immediately. The Hounds of Morkai, or Morkai, because that is Kai, which is weird. Let's see, there's 4 to 9 of them, and they have these weird runic totems. They're like anti-psychers. I think I went over them in my Discord quite a few times, but this unit can only be selected to target as a target of an enemy's psychic power if they're the closest enemy unit to the model manifesting the psychic power. In addition, each time a unit would lose a wound to a psychic power, roll d6 on a 4+, the wound is not lost, which actually makes these guys pretty decent and anti-psychers, but knowing as a tournament standard, they're way too, set up in their ways. So if you know what your opponent's bringing, you bring these guys. But if you're going into a tournament and you run into Sisters of Battle, these guys are pretty much useless. And Astartes Chainswords is just better than these things. These things just... I know that they're trying to buff them and make them really cool and really good, but I still think that they're not that good. Just because of how specific they are. Everyone uses Psychers, though, so Yeah. If they could take Astartes chainswords instead of their little knife, I would love them. Or if their little knife was just a power weapon. Just AP -2, 1 additional damage. Or just AP -2. Give it some AP and I would love it. Then we have the Wolfen. Now, everyone says the Wolfen are really good, so I'm going to be the judge of that. I will judge the Wolfen. The Wolfen. Their models look hilariously bad. Like, horrendously bad. Movement of 8, weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 5+, strength toughness 5, which makes them amazing, better than Terminators in every way. Wounds 2, attacks 3, which makes them amazing. Leadership 7, so you can kill them with leadership bombs. 4+ save. So this unit contains 6 models. Is equipped with Wolf Frost Claws, and every model in the unit is equipped with Wolfen Claws. Okay, so what's the Wolfen Claws? It's a melee weapon and strength user, so strength 5, AP -1, 1 damage. Okay. The limited weapon loadouts on the Hounds of Mordkai are very, very concerning. Yeah, they are. They're just not good. Like, they're really cool, but you can take an allied detachment of... they're really cool if you take an allied detachment of Talons of the Emperor and have Olivia and the other one as the HQs, and take 2 squads of Sisters of Silence. So this way your opponent gets -3 to their psychic tests, and then you have them on top of the Sisters of Silence to negate, and all of that is under 300 points, so it's super useful. That's a way of making it useful, but again, it's very situational. They're weirdly specific. Yeah, they really are. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive into these guys. War gear options. Any number of models can be equipped with one Stormfang auto launcher, but at a ballistic skill of 5, I don't care about that. Any number of Wolfen can have their Wolf Claws replaced by one of the followings: 1 Great Frost Axe, 1 Wolfen Frost Claw, 1 Thunderhammer, and Storm Shield. So, in a squad of 10, which you don't want to do because the leadership would kill them very quickly, I would do 2 Storm Shield Thunderhammers, and personally I'd hate myself for doing that. Then we have the... what's that Great Axe? Strength +3, damage -3, 8... or AP -3, damage 2. It's pretty good for having 3 attacks, 4 attacks on the charge. They're okay. 4+ invulnerable save. I don't know if these guys are that good. Like, I'm just looking at them and just... they seem okay. As a melee unit, they have 4 attacks apiece, so they're really good. How would I run these? What does the Wolfen Frost Claws do? +1, so strength 6, AP -2, 1 damage. And it can fight, it can make an additional attack with this weapon each time it attacks. You can reroll the wound roll. Why hate yourself for picking Thunderhammers? Because Thunderhammers took a huge nerf. Oh, their Thunderhammer didn't. It's just flat 3 damage. Their Thunderhammer is actually good. Character, like certain Thunderhammers got nerfed. I don't know. A unit of 10 of these guys would definitely tear something apart if they can get there. So you'd more than likely have to outflank them. They went to AP2. Yeah, they did. I think the Great Frost Axe is better as a weapon because it's AP -3. And AP is extremely, extremely important. Hey, Alexis. I'm not Alexis. I've always been a fan. Loved your Dark Heresy series. No spoilers. I'm behind. Huh, thank you so much. Let's see. Okay, so these guys, I think I would just do them all. Do I want to just do them all with... No, you can't do that. Wow, their save is only +1 with that Storm Shield, so a save of 3+. That Storm Shield is not worth it on them. I think I'd still take it for the 4 Binvo save, but still. So I'd do only 1 Storm Shield. Because these guys are just going to get torn apart way too quickly to be too useful. So... let's see, in a squad of 10, I would probably just give them all... like, do I just go for the max number of attacks and just chew through infantry? Or would I go with the Great Frost Axes and make sure I kill things? I think I would just go with the Great Frost Axe. Just everybody with the Great Frost Axe. Except for the leader with the Lightning Claws. Or Frozen Claw, whatever they're called. I don't know why they're not called, like, Cryo Claws. That would be cool as hell. Death Frenzy each time a model in this unit is destroyed by a melee attack. That model has not fought that phase. Do not remove it from play. The destroyed model can fight after it has attacked... after the attacking model has finished making its attacks and removed it from play. It's then removed from play. There we go. Bestial Rage. This unit cannot perform any actions as described, so that instantly makes them bad. My chair's just rubbing against the wall. That was weirding me out. Okay. Wolf and Howl. While friendly Space Wolf infantry, bikers, or cavalry unit are within 6 inches of this unit, you can re-roll charge rolls made for those units. While friendly Space Wolf Bloodclaw units are within 12 inches of this unit, you can re-roll charge rolls made for that unit. Okay, so they're a great support unit. That's amazing. Why don't they just have a banner that does that exact thing? Savage Killers. Each time you make an attack roll, an attack for a model in this unit, if your army benefits from the combat doctrine, the assault doctrine is treated as being active. Okay, so they gain shock assault as though it's the assault phase. So that's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. I'm not sure. No deep strike option, no. No, you're going to have to reserve these guys, unfortunately, and then hopefully come in later. I don't know what that guy is saying. Jaden? I don't know. Not a Space Marine player, but looking for a unique chapter to invest in. I'd go Blood Angels. Or Dark Angels. Dark Angels are a lot of fun. Space Wolves are more of the comical army. They seem pretty good, though. Like, they're not bad. It's just they're kind of weird. They're in this weird little bubble. Like, they're going to, like, smash into things on turn 2, where Blood Angels are going to smash into things turn 1. So it's interesting to see how they're going to play out. Savage Killers. Each time you make an attack roll for a model in this unit, in addition, this unit is always... oh, I already read that. I kind of wish that they had a banner that did these 2 exact rules, because then they would be amazing. Like, that banner would be amazing. It would be fantastic. So I would probably run Wolfen in min squads of 5. It looks like, yeah, because they have to have a wolf pack leader and 4 Wolfen. And then just run them up behind everything and just run them across the board. Just to benefit everything else for charging. With an 8-inch move, they're going to be tough and they're going to have to assault. They're going to have to advance. Wolfen Dreadnoughts are bad. Don't take them. They're bad. Murderfang is bad. Cyber Wolves are okay. They're just kind of adorable little puppers. They're in units that are too small to actually be good. If they were up to 20, they would be really good. If they were troop choice, they'd be even better. Thunderwolf Cavalry are amazing. Ooh, they can go up to 6. Oh yeah, because they're bought in units of 3. That's alright, that makes sense. Wolfen Dreadnought's bad. I think any melee Dreadnought that doesn't have a way to get into melee quickly is bad. And considering this Dreadnought has to walk across the field because it can't take a Dreadnought drop pod, is bad. I do have reasons for that. It's just so slow. Any Dreadnought that's slow is bad. Also, it looks stupid. But that's just me. That's just me. Alright. Moving on, we have Murderfang. Again, I think is bad. They can take a Storm Raven. Ooh, can they now? Ooh. That might change my mind. But that's investing into a Storm Raven. And Storm Ravens are super expensive. You can outflank it. Oh, that is true. That is true. Yeah, they are Death Company Dreadnought ripoffs. Yeah, they literally are. I guess if you want to keep something that's like 200 points off the table for a couple of turns, a Dreadnought is okay, but I'd rather do that with Thunderwolf Cavalry. That'll make it there turn 1 or turn 2 and just be better overall. So speaking of Thunderwolf Cavalry, they can go up to a unit of 6. This unit is equipped with pistols, Astartes Chainsword, Crushing Teeth and Claws, Frag and Crack Grenades. Its options are any number of models that each have their Astartes Chainsword. Any number of models can each have their Astartes Chainsword replaced with one of the following: one weapon from the melee weapon list, or one Storm Shield. Any number of models can have their bolt pistol replaced with any weapon from the melee weapon list, which includes the Astartes Chainsword. So what you do is you replace the chainsword with a frost axe and then give them a chainsword. And a lot of people are going to think I'm silly for this because, again, one Storm Shield per squad, even a squad of 6. You give them all chainswords and you give them all a different weapon on top of that. This way you have that 2+ save on one of them with a 4-up invo, and you just keep taking it on him until he is dead, while everyone else gets more attacks because you put 1 attack into the chainsword, which gives you 2 attacks, and then everything else into the additional weapon. So if you have a frost axe or a power sword, now you're hitting with 2 attacks on that because you're always treated as being charged if you're next to your warlord. So, and you're a core unit, correct? Yes, you are. And because you're a core unit, also dreadnoughts like Murderfang and Wolfen dreadnoughts are not core, so they don't benefit from captains or lieutenants, unlike the regular dreadnoughts. But Thunderwolf Cavalry do, and it just, to me, it makes more sense to actually have a 1 shield and a bunch of chainswords and just a ton of attacks on top of that. This is more complex than my degree in finance. Hey, I have a degree in finance. Actually, I have a degree in business management or something like that. I cannot remember my actual degree. It's a business degree. And I have a degree in psychology. Yeah, I've been 1 Storm Shield on my Deathwatch lists. Yep, every Deathwatch kill team, just 1 Storm Shield, that's it. Also, since you mentioned it, do you think getting a Storm Raven is worth it? No. Storm Ravens at $80 are just garbage. They're not worth their points. They never make back their points. They're usually shot down turn 1. And they're just bad. Like, on top of that, there is a chance that you lose your Dreadnought when it dies. And if you lose your Dreadnought, it's a ton of loss. Like, because if it gets shot down, your Dreadnought's going to be stuck in its deployment zone. And you're just going to look at it like, well, I guess I'll just happily walk across the field. Oh, look, my Dreadnought died. Who would have guessed? Anyway. That's just me. That's just me. Blizzard Shields is still 4++. I guess that's okay. It's alright. Or is that our Blizzard Shields? Nope, that's just Blizzard Shields at 4++. Sorry, Chainswords. Yeah, I think I'm done with Thunderwolf Cavalry. They're amazing. Take them. Fenrisian Wolves. You can take 16 of these things, because you can take 15 Fenrisian Wolves and have it led by a Cyberwolf. They have 2 to 3 attacks apiece. They do benefit from... They don't actually benefit from the doctrines. They're not core units, so they don't get any rerolls. They move 10 inches, but overall they're pretty much useless. They only have 1 wound. The Cyberwolf has 2, and overall they're just garbage. I mean, if you have a bunch of them, you can do that that stratagem, but in reality, you want that stratagem on your Thunderwolf Cavalry. Also, Thunderwolf Cavalry, you want to max out the squad at 6. Then you have your Skyclaws, which I think the Wolf Guard with jump packs are going to be better than Skyclaws. Just going to say that now. Yeah, and their rules prove me right. Wolfguard with jump packs are better than Skyclaws. Don't take Skyclaws when you can take them unless you want a cheap fast attack option. But if you want a cheap fast attack option, go with Fenrisian Wolves. They're dirt cheap and fill out battalions really quickly. Or fill out brigades really quickly. Longfangs. Now these guys I've always liked. So with Longfangs, if you're going to take them, you throw a not a Dreadnought, you throw a Terminator in with them. And you have that Terminator have the Storm Shield, so it's much harder to kill that Terminator. And you give that Terminator a Cyclone Missile Launcher, I think he can still take it, which is weird. And he just deals enough damage to, like, kill things. And I think your pack leader can actually take a Plasma Gun, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Options. Any number of Longfangs can have their bolt guns replaced with one weapon from the heavy weapon list. So 5 of them can have their weapons replaced, which is kind of crazy that you get 5 heavy weapons. The Longfang pack leader bolt gun can be replaced with one of the following: the plasma pistol or a special weapon. So you give them a plasma gun, just because of the range 24 and strength 7, because you're going to be hiding in the back. The Wolfguard pack leader's bolt gun can be replaced with one of the following. Yep, we just read that. The Wolfguard Terminator pack leader's power sword can be replaced with one of the following: a chain sword, a lightning claw, a power axe, power fist, power maul, thunderhammer, storm shield. The Wolfguard Terminator leader's storm bolter can be replaced by one of the following: an assault cannon, a cyclone missile launcher. Yep, there it is. So you give him a cyclone missile launcher, a storm shield, and a storm bolter, and you're fine. And he's amazing. Like, he's just good. Or you give him a combi plasma, because I think he can actually take a combi. Yeah, he can take a combi weapon. So you go combi plasma, cyclone missile launcher, and storm shield on him. He's expensive, but that squad will not die if you keep it in cover. And you just shoot out with, like, heavy bolters or just las cannon salvos. I always love Longfangs. They're just super useful. They have the Signum, and aside from that, they're just Devastators, and I love Devastators. Then you have the Stormfang gunship. We're just about done with this army. So yeah, Stormfang gunship and the Storm Wolf gunship are pretty cool because they're the Strassus Assault Ram's little brother. The Hellfrost Destructor is the big thing. It's if it's focused strength, it's 36-inch range, heavy D3, strength 10, AP -4, 6 damage blast. It's actually incredibly good. I would definitely invest in this thing because I personally think it's adorable and it's a pupper's face. So it's really, really, really cool. And I think it has a transport capacity. Yeah, transport capacity of 6. So you just throw in a couple of what are they? The elite choice that I was just talking about, the Wolf Guard, with a couple of close combat weapons, and just charge your opponent. Or you throw in the Wolfen, and yeah. Oh yeah, the Strassus Assault Boat. I'm actually filming for the, and this video is going to be like 3 hours, by the way, but I'm filming for the compendium for the oh my god, the Forge World stuff. The Storm Wolf can transport 16, which is pretty good. It cannot transport Primaris, neither one of these can. And then that's pretty much it. And we have some melee weapon lists, some point values, but you guys can figure all of that out on your own. So, what do I think about this codex? Overall, it's an extremely good codex. It is definitely a counter-assault codex, unlike the Blood Angels, which is an assault codex. This thing's going to be devastating from turn 2 to turn 4 on average because of Space Marines, so they're going to be hitting the lines and hitting hard and staying there. Unlike Blood Angels, it feels like the Space Wolves have much more survivability, but they don't have the damage output that Blood Angels have. They don't have the long-range capabilities of Dark Angels, where Dark Angels are a mid-range to a long-range army. Depending on the list, of course, you could do Mixed Wing, which gives you a devastating mid-range to close-range list. But it looks like Space Wolves want to sit in the middle ground and just hit and take out targets as needed. And they will kill things, and they will complete their sagas, and they will get better as the game goes on. But unfortunately, their survivability will start going away at turn 4 because you will be taking too much damage at that point if you are not hitting key units. If you are, Space Wolves are going to run over your opponent very quickly. If your opponent is smart and starts picking off key units from your army, you're going to find the game tougher as it goes on longer. Similar to that of a Blood Angel or a Slanesh or a Tyranid player, where the longer the game goes, the harder it's going to be. And yeah, Space Wolves are going to be sitting in that boat, where Dark Angels, the longer the game goes, the more they have a chance of winning because of devastating firepower. It feels like the Blood Angels, the Space Wolves have the toughness and survivability to survive the 3 turns of combat. And Blood Angels just need to keep hitting to kill certain units, and they need to run them over quickly. Like Dark Angels, long range, Space Wolves, toughness, survivable, Blood Angels, first turn assaults, slamming into your opponent, Codex Marines, all of the above, but no specialties in any. It's interesting. Actually, Codex Marines is like the master of mid-range because of salamanders and things of that nature, where they're going to take the midfield and just absolutely annihilate. One thing I'm really, really, really interested to see is what people think about combining units, because I'm going to put this down and pick this up. So with the options in the main codex, you actually get a lot of different units, including Centurions. And Centurions aren't core, but they're still an incredible melee unit. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play out with all of their different abilities. Aggressors are another thing, and aggressors are core. So I think a lot of Space Wolf players are going to need to start collecting aggressors. They're just phenomenal. So it's interesting. I think they're going to have a few struggles against certain things, like Horde armies are going to kind of beat them up a little bit because they have high damage output and a lot of attacks, but those attacks don't deal that much damage. So a Horde of boys might actually be able to tear through a couple of units of Space Wolves. Also, long-range shooting armies are going to be devastating to them. Like, I don't see Space Wolves beating Tau unless they can survive that first wave of shooting. But if your opponent with the Tau is smart and kills off the Wolf in turn 1 and then kills the Thunderwolf Cavalry, you're going to be sitting there like, I guess I can win. But you're going to be picked off really quickly with your close melee units. Are Tau Gundam's OP? Tau are actually mech warrior. They're not like inspired by Japanese anime. So, yeah. And a Tau OP? No. No, there's enough stuff in the game that's going to be shooting from behind cover. Also, I want to see what people use for their heavy supports with Space Wolves. Personally, I might actually use a couple of Whirlwind Scorpiuses just to hit my opponent's targets that are hiding and just destroy them. And try to force them out into the open, try to force them to where I want them. So, again, there's a lot of synergy with this codex, so I'm really curious, and I want to see your army lists. Like, that's the biggest thing, and I also want to plan to beat them, because I like fighting me some wolves. Tower, really low-tier army at this point in 9th. I wouldn't say they're a low-tier, they're actually like a mid-tier. I would say they're tier 3. Low-tier would be like Death Guard. Who can win, but I guess on objectives they can win. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, if Space Wolf player is fielding Wolfen, and opponents, Tau or otherwise, will be focused firing them to deny support. It's really weird that as weird as they make out the Space Wolves to be, it's strange that they don't give them totems and, you know, banners and all sorts of other things. Let's see. You can't say that an army is low tier because you beat it a few times. You might just be playing the same few players who are just bad at the game. You have to look at meta ratings and things of that nature, which we can't see right now because of COVID shutting everything down. So, yeah. I like that I can fill out my HQ command support without using up HQ slots. Yeah, that's true. So, let's see. How would I do this? How would I run my Space Wolves if I were to play Space Wolves? I think it would definitely be 3 units of Thunderwolf Cavalry, all at 6 man. A Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf, a Lieutenant on Thunderwolf, 3 Long Fang squads because I really like Long Fangs, but they might not be the best heavy choice. I might actually do 3 servo turrets, the new model, and just make it all autocannons. Yeah, I might do that. Because that would be a ton of shots. That's they're what, 6 shots a piece, I think? Let's see. My hair is too long. Anyway. Let's see. I think they're 6 shots a piece, I want to say. I would not take Land Raiders. The Gladiator would be cool. Predators, Hunters, Stalkers, Fire Strike servo turret with its accelerator, the accelerator autocannon at 6 shots. This I'd probably use to try to get rid of some light tanks and heavy infantry. But, or would I use Eradicator squads? There's so much, like Hellblaster squads can deal with heavy stuff and still benefit. It's really down to your personal preference. Damage output wise, I think aggressors would probably be the best for taking down infantry. But then you focus too much on infantry and you need to focus more on heavy support or heavy destruction for tanks and heavy infantry and monsters and the like. No, I think I would actually take I would go triple units of, if I can, triple units of Thunderwolf Cavalry, Lieutenant and Captain on Space Wolfy Wolves, then triple Devastator squads, or whatever they're called, with 5 las cannons apiece, just to deal with heavy stuff. For troops, I would probably take their cheapest troop option, which is probably just going to be 5 Assault Primaris, or just Stalker Bolters. 3 groups of 5 Intercessors with Stalker Bolters and a Thunderhammer on each one of them. That would give me quite a lot of long-range survivability while my units move up. That would give me backboard control and forward board control. It would also allow me to hit onto certain objectives. I think that's actually a pretty decent list. Oh, and 1 unit of Wolfen. So I think I have to drop 1 unit of Thunderwolf Cavalry to get a unit of Wolfen. So yeah, that would be my kind of list. I think. And it wouldn't be great, but it wouldn't be bad. So, that is everything for Space Wolves. I think it's interesting. I like their codex, and I like the fact that they're a counter-assault army. I like the fact that they're a close-up army that's going to be smashing my opponents. And I also like the fact that they don't feel like barkety-bark wolf-wolfs anymore, as much as they're peeling away from using the word wolf as much. Like, if I did this with the last edition, or 2 edition ago codex, it would be wolf at a wolf-wolf, and this time I feel like I used wolf half the amount of times. So I'm hoping they do that with Blood Angels, where it's not the Blood Angels, the Sanguinar, the Bloodlands, yeah, there's a lot of blood in that book. So I want to know your thoughts. If you can, if you're watching this live, just watch it after and comment in the comment section down below. Stalker Bolters, how do you make bolters stealthy? Well, it's a gyro rocket and you just put a silencer on it. But yeah. If you like this video, please like it as well as comment on it and share this with your friends, please. Jesus, I need people to share my stuff. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I have to make food. I haven't eaten lunch or dinner or breakfast because I forgot. As always, I'm NornQueenAlexis. I love you guys. Bye.